Gentlemen of the beautiful crypto space, over the past couple of hours, we've seen some massive Bitcoin pumps, some very interesting manipulation, at least it looks like it, on the Bitcoin chart. But more importantly, over the next few hours, I think, it might actually be 16 or 20 or so from now, we'll be having ourselves the FOMC meeting. And I've already been warning you guys for multiple days that this is going to be the best or most important event of the week, of the month, perhaps of a few years. Because what they're going to do is probably cut the rates, 99.9% sure, 100% sure basically. The only question is how much exactly will they cut it? I was going to show you guys a little bit of the view here from my Singapore suite because it looks kind of cool. Not sure if you guys can really see. Whatever, I think it's good enough. But yeah, like I was saying, more importantly, we have ourselves this event coming up today. And I think so, that in the lead up of this, like we were already kind of speculating about yesterday, we are seeing some additional volatility that does not really fit in anywhere else. There are some jokes over on Twitter that for the most part, it is all because of some interesting things that are happening here over in Singapore, like a crypto KOL night, something like that. More specific, Bitcoin went from 57 point something thousand to 61 point something thousand in the matter of a day. And again, all I can think of is that is the lead up for what's about to happen, the FOMC meeting coming out a little bit later today. We'll quickly see if this view is a little bit more nice, perhaps. You know, we had some crazy storms a little bit ago. It's actually quite interesting when it comes to Singapore. Let me just go chill and sit down here for a little bit. To give you guys the numbers, right? Because right now it's, I think, 7 a.m. or so. We have a little bit of time for things to still change. But as it stands, the expectation is that it might be 50 base points. But even 25 base points as a rate cut will be extremely nice for the market. Most likely we'll see it react positively. 50, more positive. 75, extremely positive, right? Very unlikely, but it's possible. Very unlikely. It's mostly between 25 and 50, and it's a basically 50-50 split for the most part. But the bigger the rate cuts, most likely the better. At least that's our sentiment. That's what we're expecting. Couple additional pieces of crypto news. I believe Singapore's largest bank is going to start Bitcoin and Ethereum options trading. There's BlackRock and a couple of others launching a massive, I think like $30 billion AI fund. There's also a little bit of feedback from me, your boy. One thing I've been hearing is that the sentiment of the run, and where the interest is at, is really going to be AI. And it's kind of funny how the start of the year, AI was so extremely hot. A few months afterwards though, it fell off completely. Right now, most AI coins are down like 80 whatever percent. But if we're talking about what the next big phase is going to be, it still seems to be AI that most people are interested in. So if I had to name something to you, that'd be the one for everybody to check out. Real world assets, modularity, all these things, chain abstraction. It's interesting, but it's not as interesting as it could get. It's not so hyped up. AI is where it's going to be at for the next few months. And obviously some of our main coins, right? I still believe in the system of Bitcoin right now. People ask me all the time, Dusty, what should I buy? Blah, blah, blah. I say, hey, I'm not a financial advisor. If I were you though, what I do is go for Bitcoin right now, or have a solid altcoin portfolio just for a longer term. But Bitcoin mostly right now, and then switch over to all your major alts, Solana, XRP, you name it. They'll probably all do really well over the next few months. Only reason we're saying Bitcoin now first is just so there's limited downside, right? It's not only about the upside for the most part, right? Because people often think, oh, but it's how much money can I make? It's also about how much money can you lose in the process. And by buying Bitcoin right now at these times, you're limiting your downside with altcoins. I mean, if Bitcoin goes another leg down, most altcoins will fall down significantly lower. That's kind of what you're protecting for. Whereas on the upside, the way I always see it is, if Bitcoin starts going up, the altcoin run usually is slightly after the Bitcoin run. So yes, you're missing out on some slight gains, but the main altcoin season usually is after Bitcoin. And perhaps today, right, with ourselves, the FOMC meeting, we got this coming. Perhaps today's the day where it starts going crazy. Maybe not. But at least I expect some volatility a little bit later throughout the day. So make sure you watch it. I already told you the weekly close was important, and we saw some crazy volatility there because we did not close above 60. Right now, though, it's been an interesting pump and dump. Very, very peculiar. I think in lieu or in preparation for what's happening tomorrow. Take a look, though. Stick around. And I'll catch you guys with another update tomorrow. Most likely before anything goes down, I'll give you guys another small update if things change in terms of the percentages or expectations. Has to be said. I'll just quickly say it again. Altcoins will make you way more money. Way more. If you're sticking to only Bitcoin, it's It's only nice, I think, if you're already extremely rich or you don't really believe in this whole technology and you just want to stay to the core. Even if you don't not believe in the purpose of altcoins, if you're denying the fact they'll make you more money, I think that's a delusional thing. And then again, you may be right, but I highly doubt it. And that's the most important thing. So anyway, whenever I say, oh, Bitcoin first then altcoins, it's not because I don't like them. It's because we did the research. We take a look at the numbers. Bitcoin is usually better from an ROI perspective at the start. Altcoins take over by far a little bit after Bitcoin has peaked for the most part. But yeah, that's about it.